Hey, Dr. Dave here. Nice to be with you as always in chilly Charleston, South Carolina, finishing up a speaking tour of the lowlands of South Carolina. Wanted to give you a shout out and circle back to ADHD. I mentioned that 70% of adults who suffer from ADHD go undiagnosed. Years of misery and dysfunction. That's particularly true of women. And that's largely because they suffer from the inattentive type of ADHD. There are three types of ADHD. Hyperactive, those are your young boys that are acting like monkeys. No offense to monkeys, I like monkeys, of course. Then there's the inattentive type, which usually afflicts young women well into their adulthood. And then there's the combined type. It is that type we find in women, the inattentive type, that goes so long before we get the diagnosis correctly. I'm going to take you for my walk. You know how I like walking in nature. Back to the point. Let's not let my own ADHD get in the way of this video, of course. Well, what does that look like? These are often people who are told they are dumb, ditzy, blonde, airheaded, maybe even lazy, okay? And that's just clearly not the case. Their brains don't work properly. And that may be you, and if so, get on with somebody. There are a lot of good screeners online that you can take to see if you might have ADHD. Ask your friends and family, what might that look like? Well, you're distracted, you can't complete tasks, you might be impulsive, you might be a little irritable, you just simply can't get things done despite your efforts. All right, if that could be you, we'll get some help. Now, I prescribe psychostimulants and other pharmaceutical agents for ADHD when required. I naturally like to start with the natural approach first. Did you know that you're 60,000 times more likely to have a side effect from a medication than a supplement? That's right. And that's why I start with supplements. The three I use, my triad of ADHD in adults is going to be my Cogniben, C-O-G-N-I-B-E-N, made by Trinutra, a very good producer of high-quality nutraceuticals. And then I use two by Life Vantage. That, of course, is going to be my NRF2 pathway activator, and my Axio, a very tasty powder. All right, so those three are what I use when I want to do the natural thing for you people who have ADHD. That's what I take myself.